I'd say it's definitely a different role. Also, just a whole different experience. I've never been in the Marvel world before, never done any kind of this green screen special effects, never had to deal with the secrecy that exists in the Marvel world. So Ant-Man was definitely a new experience. I used to remember the Marvel comics, Hulk, and I remember them, and they were probably because the reason I read comics was just the pictures, and the Marvel comics were incredibly intense in terms of the storytelling and the details and the plotting and this and that. Having taken on this role early on, when I accepted, I was sent, hardcover books of Marvel Comics, beautiful presentations of all of Stan Lee's work, and since then have become a tremendous fan. I used it a lot for research. It was very helpful. Kind of solidified me understanding his background, what kind of scientist he was, Dr. Pym was, the incredible research that he did, and this incredible serum that he developed that allowed a human being to reduce to the size of an ant with human strengths and then right back up to full size again. Well, Hank Pym, first of all, he has a sense of humor. He's got a slight tongue in cheek. He likes to, test people a little bit, put them on, quizzical mind. Obviously a brilliant scientist, but combined with his brilliant scientist, he has sort of like a Delta Force military training and weaponry. And so combined, and then of course his confidentiality of being the Ant-Man in the originals. He's fantastic. I mean, I used to get a little jealous because my role as Hank Pym is sort of to maintain the plot, to carry the storyline, to do the explanations, the scientific explanations, and all of this. It required a lot of dialogue pertaining to facts and figures. And Paul always got just to react, and then he would have a little button on the end of the scene, which was always funny. A lot of times he improvised and would make them up himself. But I think his whole transition as the Ant-Man, as a father, is beautifully done. Evangeline now is working for my old company, Pym, and she's a very smart engineer, scientist, trained in the martial arts. Sort of like, I guess as a father, I didn't have a son, but she was my daughter, and I loved her, but she's as close to my son as I could make her. So she's very physical orientated with action and knows how to do it so really well, and Evangeline does too. Corey is a fabulous actor. I mean, he really is, and he plays a great villain, and he's very intimidating, and he's tough to act with because he's really big. And he likes to come up really close to you, so you feel really small as you're looking at him. So I had to maintain all of my core Hank Pym ability, not to be just blown over by how good Corey was.